Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips, and let's talk about Season 4 of the Netflix original, BoJack Horseman. First, we'll start off with our recap of the show, then we'll follow up with our review, and we'll finish off with telling you if it's worth the watch. Created by Raphael Bob-Waksberg, BoJack Horseman follows the story of BoJack Horseman, a beloved sitcom star from the 90s, who has become a washed-up celebrity that complains about everything going wrong in his life. So, recap time. The main story of Season 4 revolves around BoJack Horseman's journey of self-discovery and his relationship with both his estranged mother Beatrice and his long-lost daughter, Hollyhock. Meanwhile, Diane attempts to find who she is as she takes a job at a blogging site and is trying to find her voice. While she's doing this, she's also trying to hold on to her marriage with Mr. Peanut Butter, who has decided to enter the race for governor of California. Princess Carolyn figures that she needs to have a life outside of her work, and so she decides that she wants to try and have a child with her boyfriend. However, after a miscarriage, she spirals and it eventually leads to a breakup. And finally, Todd is roped into a sham relationship with a celebrity, explores his asexuality, and attempts to start a clown show. So this season is much edgier than the previous ones as it deals with deeper and more real themes. It questions existence, happiness, success, and sexuality, just to name a few. Every character is attempting to find out who they are, and they're all seeking approval or love from another character, and even in this outlandish comedy, these themes hit home. The best story of the season is by far the main arc of BoJack Horseman. His journey is full of hope, but it also is never pushed to the side. Whenever it is the focus, all the other stories die down, and it allows to follow these very deep and traumatizing moments without throwing random jokes in there. Unfortunately, because this season is so centered around BoJack, I found that the rest of the supporting characters, their arcs weren't as interesting or fleshed out. And that's because you couldn't intertwine them as easily. Whenever BoJack's story happened, you had to drop everything else because stuff was getting real. And I feel like as much as that downplayed the comedy aspect of this season, it didn't really destroy the season because the emotional impact of BoJack's story works so well. The best episodes of the season are by far episode 2 and 11, which are both flashback episodes that show BoJack's upbringing as well as his mother Beatrice's upbringing. These are some of the darkest episodes I've ever seen on a sitcom. The best episode aside from these two to me was episode 7, where the house collapses and sinks into the ground. The best new characters of this season are Hollyhock and Governor Woodchuck Coodchuck Berkowitz. The first character, Hollyhock, is instrumental to the story of BoJack throughout this season, so without her it isn't as impactful, but at the same time she's not just there as a plot device, but she does have this very fleshed out and real character. And Andre Braugher is absolutely hilarious as the governor. In case you didn't recognize his voice, he plays Captain Raymond Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This season of BoJack Horseman is a bit of a shift for the show, as it focuses more on its titular character's family life, rather than the ensemble of kooky characters we've come to love. While that makes for an uneven season, the deeply emotional story is by far some of the best scenes we've seen on this show. I wasn't a big fan of BoJack when I first started watching it, but the seasons grew on me, and as much as this one is less comical and more emotional than the last ones, it still works just as well. So I'm gonna say, it's worth the watch. And that's our recap and review of Season 4 of BoJack Horseman. If you've seen it, what did you think of the season? And is it worth the watch? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and thanks for watching. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest Fanatic 5 video where we discuss the top Christoph Waltz roles. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.